Are you going through the fire, being put through the test? How do you know that you're being put through a test? The pressure's mounting up. The conversations are getting more and more uncomfortable. Things that you did that you are now looking back and it looks, or you're being questioned on, and you're like, hold on, man, I didn't do these things to be questioned or to think. That's the fire. That is the fire. The fire is shaping you up to develop more skills in order for you to do what God wants you to do. I'm sitting back today and I'm on the phone trying to do, I'm connecting somebody with somebody else on the phone, and everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. I made this connection. Everybody's happy. And in the midst of this happiness, I'm getting text messages from different people that are not happy. And so I'm like looking, I'm like, gosh, man, it doesn't get any easier. At the end of the day, how often does that happen? Where you'll be in the midst of something good, and then you got to also deal with something perceivably just frustrating or aggravating or poking at you, and it just comes like that. Like, I think about this at times, how, like, man, it'd be nice if your problems were evenly distributed amongst, the good days or whatever. But what happens is that your problems end up all compounding into a right here, right now day. And so you have to earn the ability to keep going by solving those problems the best you can, or at least getting to another level of it. And then do good, continue working out the things that you were supposed to. And so I'm going to give you an example and a testimony in my business. When things get the tightest and the most pressure, I have to deal with those problems, those tension points, and at the same time still continue to move forward in doing what is supposed to be done to move the needle in these businesses. And it becomes super hard sometimes. It becomes stressful a lot of times. But it teaches me to pull the emotion out, to pray to God, and to keep walking and taking another step. Because at the end of the day, I got to look back on today knowing that there was things that I did that helped progress me forward, because I am where I'm at right now, for good and for bad, based off of my past. So if every day there's a connection to the future you, then you have to look at every day to say, I have to exhaust every day, because what I'm working on right now today is going to affect me tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, and for good or for bad. But we don't know what's good or bad, other than trusting in the Lord that whatever you are working on, that you're ultimately doing His will, which is always good. And that the pressure and the confusion and the problems that you face is all part of that adventure. And And so, long story short, you just have to keep on walking through it and accept whatever comes from it. Because if you're asking yourself, God, how do I grow deeper in our relationship, and how do I do your will today? I'm convinced for sure that if you're asking those questions, you are in the right spot. No matter how bad it seems to you or to other people, or how good it seems to you. I mean, if you're asking those things and everything is hunky-dory and awesome, that's great. It don't stay that way forever. I've never experienced a longevity of no problems. In fact, now when I think back, I thought I had problems. Those are easy days. The days I've been experiencing here in the last year have been tough days. And it keeps on compounding. Like, man, boy, does it get any better? Does it get any worse? I don't know. But what is really worse? I think worse is turning away from God. I think worse is not still asking God, what do you want me to do today? Look, you got me where you want me. This is where it's at, because I ask you and I communicate with you and I talk to you and I try hard to do it. If this is where I'm at, okay, like, this is where I'm at. And how long do you want to keep me here? Satan wants to keep you there all the way till you quit. Don't let Satan win. You just keep walking, one day at a time, breathe 1 minute at a time. Whenever my wife was pregnant for my son, there was a point in time, my dad had a heart attack and he was in the hospital, and my wife was having problems. She was having some pains and stuff like that, and she went into the ER, and it was during COVID. And so I was sitting in the hospital, literally can't see my wife, can't see my dad. I brought my wife to the ER. I was in the ER room, but I couldn't go back there with her. This was during COVID. And I talked to God like, I don't know what's going on, what you're doing, what we need to do. My dad, I don't know. My wife and my kid, I don't know. I give it up to you. I didn't mentally check out. I just said, God, it's your will. And that's what I'm saying today. God, it is your will. And guess what? My dad survived, still alive right now. And my son was born months later. All healthy. Healthiest pregnancy. Everything perfect. So say it with me. God, let your will be done. God bless.